We're all going to get knocked down in life, every single one of us. It's impossible not to, in our personal lives, in our professional lives. And it's about, literally, it's about getting back up again. It is having that determination that we may not be able to control our environment completely, but we can control ourselves.
Every crisis is different, but there's some things that are the same about leaders absorbing fear, being willing to make decisions in a crowded room when you don't have perfect information.
In all likelihood, this is not going to be a once and done routine. Look, we'll find out more information on these vaccines, but we could be dealing with this for a while.
Consistency offers us hope, especially during a time of crisis. Whether your company is going through a crisis, our nation is currently going through a kind of crisis.
We end up framing this as a shorthand as, oh, it's public health versus the economy. But really, a lot of the research that I see shows, look, these two things go together. We cannot get back to a normal economy until the public health situation is under control.
And there's no question that technology changes the way we work and changes the workplace. But the predictions that come out of the technology industry usually get it wrong because they don't focus enough on what people need. And that's the human side of the equation.
What do we believe? We believe when we give small businesses the tools, when we give small businesses the assistant, they aren't going to just survive, they're going to thrive. And that is going to make communities like Detroit continue to thrive.
Business travel is going to follow consumers. This is a consumer-led recovery in our industry. And as consumers lead the way, businesses are going to start to follow in suit. First thing we need is businesses to start opening up their place of work, and we need to get off these Zoom calls and get back in person.
COVID has illustrated even more that in addition to having skills and talents that we need to make sure that our economy continues to thrive, that it's a really important insulating factor for our public to be able to have jobs that are able to, continue on through conditions that we've seen in the past year.
I would unbundle the high school or the college diplomas so that you make it clear to employers, like, you don't need a big college diploma, that's fine, but what do you really care about? And you probably care about some subset of that. And then make that very clear to students and educators. Okay, if students are able to show mastery in A, B, and C, these types of employers are willing to hire them.
But from a defensive capability, I think it's very important. All of us have to build that, and we call this cyber resilience. You have to make sure that if things go bad, you're not fully incapacitated.
We all agree, I think, that our infrastructure stinks and we need to improve it. And it's not just roads, bridges, it's telecom, it's social infrastructure like our schools and our housing. There's a gazillion things we can do to improve, our infrastructure that will improve long-term economic growth.
I like to say you have to think in systems, right? You have to take a big problem, deconstruct it to smaller pieces, solve each of the pieces, and bring it back together.
And we look forward to hosting you in person, hopefully sometime soon when it's safe to do so.